The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious podcast. I'm your host, the original HBIC, Katie Boyd. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously. Oh yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. This is the second installment of why I loathe holidays and how to create your own traditions if you are sick and fucking tired of those motherfuckers too. We're going to just get right into this because we have 5 more to talk about, and we're just going to dive in balls deep. Balls deep, right, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So last episode, we talked about 5. You got some of your childhood aggression out.
Yes, got it out. And,
we're going to get more childhood aggression out today.
Move through some...
just working through some energy.
Some good stuff and some pain.
Yeah, mostly pain. Because if it has to do with the holidays, most of it's painful.
Could be painful, yes.
It's a smidge. So we're going to go with number 6, which is, in my opinion, the high expectations of the holidays and pressure.
Oh, awful.
Right?
Yes.
Like, it is just so overwhelming. As soon as... I think it starts right after Halloween. As soon as Halloween is over and all of the hilarious, fun costumes are put away, it just goes right into pressure. So do you feel pressure? I mean, I know you don't feel pressure anymore, but did you ever?
Absolutely. I used to feel pressure because it was always trying to, keep up or try to keep my family. Well, my family was kind of, dysfunctional. So every time.
I don't know. How do you say? Dysfunctional?
Very dysfunctional. I mean, my background is, I was adopted from the Home for Little Wanderers, and I was so blessed to have the family that I had. My parents, they were just absolutely outstanding, and they took care of me, and I'm the man I am today because of them. But, there was a lot of dysfunction, and holidays bring out the best in dysfunction, if you would agree. I mean, it really puts it to the pinnacle. And at that point in time, I just tried to every year as a kid growing up, and even as a teenager until I was in high school, always trying to have those high expectations of this year, it's going to be like, quote, fingers up, everybody else. Or this is going to be like this TV show I watched with this family, and it was a friggin' unbelievable Brady Bunch episode. How you get conditioned with all this bullshit, right? And I'm like looking around going, this is not how my holidays are. And I think a lot of people suffer with the expectation of this is how it's going to be, right? And it's not that way. And so anytime a lot of misery happens is when you have the expectation and it doesn't live up to it, and then you're depressed because it's like, hey, this wasn't like my family. My family's not like this, right? So I think you probably can...
Absolutely. I was just talking to the girls, and they were talking about how, people will, have a party, and then all of a sudden, they'll send an email out and say, oh, and by the way, you have to bring a meal, which is totally fine. I would never show up. I'm Portuguese. I would never show up to anyone's house empty-handed, right?
Show up catered. You come in with all the...
No shit.
It's like a catering company when you come.
I know. It's my heritage. What can I say? But then all of a sudden, they're like, and you need to bring a $30 or more gift because we're having a Yankee swap. And then you're like, fuck. I mean, I already had all the food bought. I was home free. I was settled. And now all of a sudden I have to go to the frickin' XXX store and buy a goddamn double-sided dong for my Aunt Mary. Because if I'm going to give you a Christmas gift, it's going to be something disgustingly sexual.
If you're talking about expectations, she's going to be very happy when she gets that XXX.
Yeah, no low expectations when Katie comes to your Yankee swap. But guess what? I will never fucking come to your Yankee swap because I loathe the holidays. I don't know if you didn't know that yet, right?
Yes, Grinch. I know we loathe it.
Disgusting. Max, get my coat. out.
That was really good.
Right? Oh, please.
You are Jim Carrey.
Oh, I am the Grinch. I pretty much have the same body type as well.
You're like hell. You're gorgeous. Hey, so the thing is this, when you have the expectations, we were actually awake, and we learned through the School of Hard Knocks that now we change it. And it's like, hey, the holidays are coming. How can we serve? What can we do? Because we really don't want for anything, right? So if we want something, we're at the level, thank God. If we want something, we'll just go get it. We don't have to wait for a special occasion, and we don't have to wait for a special occasion to be grateful.
Right.
We're grateful all the time. We practice gratitude. We meditate. We try to be the best we can. So we don't have to wait for certain days to be able to think about that one day. Right. So when we go there, we actually think of the holidays as how can we serve. I mentioned earlier, that I was adopted from the Home for Little Wanderers, and that's a time to give to people that are less fortunate, and really embrace that instead of being like, buying this dildo, whatever you're going to buy, and
Matt,
here you go.
When you say dildo, it makes me feel so uncomfortable.
Well, I'm just going back to what you said.
That's naughty. You're not getting anything from Sandy. You're going to get coal in your stocking.
That's okay.
That's bullshit too.
That's
like
bullshit.
a coal in your stocking? That's such bullshit.
What does that even mean?
I don't understand.
I never got it.
I don't understand the whole coal thing too. We should go Google that, where that came from.
Where did that come from?
I'm a useless well of knowledge, and I like to know all this shit. But no, seriously, the expectations are too freaking much, and I think that you're so right. Instead of thinking about like, okay, I have all these parties to go to, I'm going to run myself into the freaking ground, and then I'm going to like max out all my credit cards buying Yankee swap gifts, whatever the fuck that means. I don't even know what the hell the Yankee swap means. What is the goddamn Yankee swap? Like one person swaps it with another person. Where did this fucking come from?
But it also feeds into, the opposite of everything you and I are about. It's about, what am I getting? What can I get? What am I getting?
Oh my God.
And that energy of what am I getting? Where's my stuff? I wanted this stuff.
It's lack mentality.
And it's like, instead of serving, what can I give today? How can I be my best today? It's like, what can I get?
Right.
So it actually turns everything that Christmas and the holidays is supposed to be about to a different animal.
So true.
Right?
No, I agree.
And it took us a lot of work to get there.
A lot of work. I was reminiscing this morning as I was like getting ready for the podcast remember the first year we started dating, and Karina wasn't with us yet. She was like between houses, and we wanted to like give her this amazing Christmas. So it was like right after we had wrapped filming Wicked Fit, I had like no time. We were like spent.
It's crazy.
And we were walking in Wellesley, downtown Wellesley, going to all the shops, buying Karina all these Christmas gifts. Yeah. And I remember sitting on the tailgate of my Range Rover. So like we opened the tailgate, and we were sitting there, and we were like eating pizza.
I remember that.
And I was drinking out of a flask.
Yeah.
No, I had a flask in my purse, and I was like drinking out of a flask, and I was eating pizza, and I was like, man, I really hate this. I don't like this at all. And he was like, I don't like it either. And I was like, we're never fucking doing this ever again.
It was awful.
And we never bought Christmas gifts for each other ever.
Ever.
No. So that's number one. But we did want to give Karina a good Christmas that year.
Yes.
And that was the last year that we ever did it.
That was still old conditioning, right?
Absolutely.
So that was the day when we looked at each other and like, that was it.
And what did we do the following year?
Next year,
went to Turks and Caicos.
We took a trip. Yeah,
we were in Turks and Caicos for like 12 or 13 days.
Yep.
And I remember on Christmas Day, we were all in the ocean, like just floating with our feet all together, me, Matt, and Karina. And we were like, this is so delightful. Everyone should have this experience of like being in the sunshine, in the water, enjoying
being with your family.
Yeah, really being with your family.
And if you ran the numbers and how much you spend on Christmas and all that stuff, you could take that trip. If you actually think about all the food that you buy, all the presents that you buy,
but don't you think that's poor person mentality? When people like, I have to buy all these measly little gifts instead of taking all that money and saying, I should take this and take my kids to Disney World or go up north to a beautiful ski lodge for just, even if it's 4 days, just to sleep in a hotel and have people clean up your mess and feed you. And it's amazing.
And create memories and create bond and create family instead of a pile of junk that's going to end up in the damn dump.
Oh,
right?
It always ends up in the damn dump.
Shiny, broken pieces of shit.
Yep.
Right? Shiny, broken pieces of shit. That's
Truth.
all it is. But you can look back and say, remember that Christmas time we took those 3 days, we went snowshoeing, we went here, we went there, and we had that unbelievable connection.
Right.
Because, how quickly did Karina go off to college?
Truth.
I mean, it goes by
She's
fast.
a senior. She's going to be graduating from BU this year, and I feel like it was just yesterday. The girls were also talking about, I know what I was going to say. They were talking about, I asked them, I said, do you remember what you got for Christmas on your 6th Christmas of your life?
And everyone was like,
no. And I was like, but if you went somewhere when you were 6 years old, do you remember going to that place? And they were all like, yes. I'm like, exactly. Yeah. No one gives a shit about the things, the materialism. It's the memories. It's the energy. Yes. That's the beauty of, that's the true holiday spirit. Not like beating the fuck out of each other for a goddamn Cabbage Patch Kid.
Or a Star Wars character.
Oh my God. Like,
it's funny because even a day, like the best memories I had was, I would talk to you about all the time, is like a day that I would go with my family to the New England Aquarium.
Oh my God.
That
so
sticks
fun.
in my mind, but I throw all this other shit out. I don't even remember the Christmases, but I remember going to New England Aquarium and spending those times, those moments.
Yes.
Right?
The moments are what counts. And that's what the holidays are really truly about. Yeah. And if you are a Christian or a Catholic and you do celebrate Christmas, that's actually what Jesus and God want you to make the holiday season about, not the materialism and what society and media has pushed on us and brainwashed us with.
Buying a bunch of shiny shit.
Buying a bunch of shiny shit.
Ends up in the trash.
Goodwill.
Yeah.
Someone was just talking about Christmas shopping the other day because I went live on Facebook, and they were like, well, first I have to go through all the kids' toys this week and throw away everything they don't use anymore, and then I'll know what to buy. And I'm like, you fucking dumb slut. I wanted just to like go through the
friggin'... Tell me how you really feel.
I just did. I wanted to like go through my Facebook feed, and I just wanted to strangle the fucking piss out of this woman. I was like, are you that daft? Like, instead of saying like you said, how can I serve? Like, we obviously do a huge toy drive for the Home for Little Wanderers every year. Yes. And we physically shove all that shit in our cars and drive it down to the toy room. And it's so amazing. And they're so grateful.
Yes.
And we also have had the chance to visit where these children live. And it's just like so amazing to know what we're doing is giving back. Last year or 2 years ago, we did a huge fundraiser for the Home for Little Wanderers where we raised thousands and thousands of dollars. And that was my main and your main focus for the holidays. And then we got the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah. And we went on a vacation and we enjoyed our family. And that's what it's supposed to be about. So fuck the expectations. The expectations are your own shit that you're placing on yourself. So don't be like, well, I'm obligated. Because obligation, that word pisses me the fuck off because it's victim mentality. So change your language. When you start saying, well, I'm obligated to do this, and these are my expectations of my family. That is your own shit. You're keeping yourself small. You're keeping yourself in the prison that you are in. The end.
It's awesome.
Whatever.
Great advice.
Thanks,
Great
friend.
Advice. That was great.
Speaking of triggering my issues, number 7, this shit fucking triggers my issues. My mother and I were talking the other day on the phone. And she was like, oh my God, what the fuck got into you the other day on your Facebook Live talking about the holidays? Because I wanted to talk about how I'm doing a no-spend November.
Yes.
Which is working out quite well. But it's only the first couple days, so...
We're 6 days in.
Our dryer at our house broke, and I was like trying to make Matt not buy a dryer. And he was like, bitch, I can't with you. Like, we need a dryer. It's an essential.
Essentials.
I'm like, okay, fine. I was ready to haul ass to the laundromat like old school UMass Amherst days with my bag of fucking quarters.
Has anyone seen my wife? Oh, yeah, she's at the laundromat right now.
Oh my God,
there's anything wrong with that, but I mean,
that's a reality television show in itself. Let me tell you.
Laundromat.
But my mother was saying like, I don't understand why you hate Christmas so much. Like, you loved Christmas as a child. I'm like, what? Like, what fucking world are you living in? You're obviously in an alternate universe if you think that I loved Christmas. Yeah, was it fun to like get gifts and open gifts? I was 6 years old, Terry. Of course I was having fun. But if I knew as a 6-year-old that you put all these things on credit cards and you and Dad were fighting over money and things like that, I wouldn't have wanted any of those gifts. Mm-hmm. But because our parents hide this shit from us, because their family of origin and their family of origin and down the friggin' ancestral line, they have brainwashed each other, each generation, to do these things over and over and over again. And then what happens is we in turn get brainwashed by our family of origin and think that we have to in turn do the same exact thing for our children and our family and our friends.
And well, no, what happens is nobody actually gives a thought and says, okay, hey, how do we want our family and our life to be? How many people say that to themselves? Like,
no, zero.
They never say, hey, this is how our family is going to celebrate the holidays. We're not going to just go into this loop thing, right? So that's the problem.
When I first changed it, though, my mom had like a very big issue, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, this doesn't make me feel good. It's a waste of my time. I have better I have better things to spend my time on and spend my money on than this shit. It doesn't feel right. And then there's always like this like uncomfortable feelings and whatever. Yeah. And she at first had a kind of a hard time with it. And now every so often you can tell it's still like stuck in her craw a little bit, but she simmers down pretty well now.
She thinks she's going to come around to be like,
she does.
Oh, she's going to love the holidays again. It's like, no, because we're not going to feed ourselves what? A bunch of bullshit. Lies about how the expectation is going to be. Because we know the expectation, right?
Absolutely. And part of the Ambitchious movement that I preach and I teach is really knowing what you stand for, because like I always say to you guys, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Everything and anything.
Right?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
so true. So if the holidays trigger your issues, I can't say anything more than make your own traditions and, maybe write a list of like what you don't like about the holidays and then just try not to do those things. So like if you love to make Christmas cookies with your grandmother, like that used to be one of my favorite things. Like when she would start baking around the holidays. Also, I was a fat fuck, so I loved to bake cookies with Nana Pearl.
Never a fat fuck.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't make me get my old pictures from summer camp.
We're never fat camp.
I didn't say fat camp. I said summer camp.
Oh, okay. All right.
Matt just put me in fat camp.
I thought you said fat camp. You would never in
put some camp. Lotion. Put some sun. Let's play suntan lotion,
Suntan
Matt.
lotion. What movie was that? That was great. Right?
The Four Christmases. You remember that?
Friggin'? No wonder. Here we go.
I remember watching the Four Christmases show, and I'm like, oh my God, this is my fucking life in a movie. I'm like Reese Witherspoon or Vince Vaughn or whoever the hell it was, right?
Yeah. So to get out of the triggers, right?
Oh, Matt wants to move on.
No. We're still in triggers, but the triggers are. I love Vince Vaughn. I love it.
Shut the fuck up.
Is really to get out of it is to set yourself up that the holidays are coming. If you had a bad experience last time, it's probably going to be the same. So don't go to that place. Don't do that thing. Take control of your life, like you say, right? Really make the change and go forward that way, right?
I started talking about cookies and then I got hungry.
I know. I'm hungry now too.
So what I was saying about cookies and my grandmother, if that's something you like to do, make that a tradition that you love to do, and then everything else can go fucking take a hike.
Right.
Long walk off a short pier, as my grandmother would say. Do you remember that old-fashioned fucking phrase?
Number 8.
I got only one orange that I had to share with all my 11 brothers and sisters. That was the stories I used to hear before I went to bed at night.
Why bother?
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? Just eat the orange and say to hell with it, right?
Fuck it. That's what I would do, because I love to hoard my food.
I'd eat the orange myself.
I would.
My brothers and
I'd be like, fuck all you assholes.
I'd be freaking starving. I'd be like, that was a good one.
Oh, I would be like Gollum. I'd be like, my brothers. Number 8. Exhaustion.
Oh my God.
Who feels totally fucking exhausted during the holidays? I know it's like people say, well, I have seasonal affective disorder. It's like, yeah, join the club. We live in New England, half of us. Maybe the people that are out there watching or listening live in a sunny, beautiful land.
Yes.
Good for you.
Right now it's dark and
and
rainy
gloomy.
and cold.
It's raw. So, and when you get up, it's dark. You go to work, it's dark, and you come home, it's friggin' dark. So yes, I understand that a lot of us, yes, we feel that. But the truth is that the exhaustion comes from always thinking about, okay, now I have to do this, and now I have to do that. And then, oh my God, what if I don't go to Auntie Pearl's house because this is happening? Oh, now if this person invited me to the holiday party at their house, and now I have to bring a fucking another gift.
Right. And if you decide to make a stand and make a change, think of the exhaustion that you're going to get from all the grief of the people. Oh, yeah, this one's too good for doing this one. Oh, this one doesn't want to celebrate this one. Yeah, you know something? You're right.
You just hit the nail right on the head.
I am too good. I'm not going to be around your abusive bullshit.
Right.
And
your shitty fucking your shitty cheese ball.
And I don't want your fucking
That's all
orange.
You fucking served, bitch, is a cheese ball and some crackers. You're an asshole.
You're an asshole if you serve only that.
Yes. I've been to parties like that.
Yeah, you're exhausted, so you're hungry.
So I'm hungry, and I'm like, I'm going to eat some fucking food. And then you get there, and there's just one port wine cheese ball.
No.
It's delicious. But, I mean, that's all you're serving? I mean, get your shit together.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking crab stuffed mushrooms, you dumb skank?
And then the travel, too, right? Because you have to travel to go to Thanksgiving dinner, and God knows where it's going to be.
Fatima was talking about that yesterday. She's like, I might go to Thanksgiving. I might go to Connecticut. I'm like, I don't want to leave my damn house. But she actually likes the people that she's going to go see, so I'll allow it. I'll allow it, Fatima. I'll allow it. But how many times have you traveled? I used to remember going and getting, like, my dog, and, like, you'd have to go to, like, 7 different places, and then I would travel to New Jersey to see my grandmother and my cousins and shit, and then you're, like, sleeping in a bed, like a twin bed, or you're sleeping in someone's bedroom from the 1987 that the sheets haven't been changed. It's fucked up. It's fucking gross. I want to be in my delightful, expensive mattress.
Yes, and
with my fucking 1,000 thread count sheets, smelling like aromatherapy.
Yep.
That's what I want to be. Yeah. Not in someone's fucking. There's a fucking El DeBarge poster in their room. Have you ever been in these rooms? It's like Stranger Things. You're like, there is a Michael Jackson Thriller poster still on the wall, and the walls are plaid.
Well, you can stay in Granny's room,
and it smells like mothballs.
She passed away 3 years ago.
Oh my God! Fuck me in the ass with no lube.
Holy shit! And her oxygen concentrator is still there when she was, working the emphysema through.
No, the best is when the jelly beans.
Not good.
Like your grandmother would put jelly beans over Christmas, and they would have like the dust on them, and people would still try to eat them. I'm like, people, come on. Ribbon candy.
Oh, ribbon candy.
My grandmother would take the ribbon candy out, and she'd be like, here's some ribbon candy. I'm like, lady, this shit's been in here since the fucking Carter was in office.
You have to dust the shit.
Yes, it's disgusting.
Pick the lint off of it, and you have to eat it in front of them because they don't think it's disgusting.
So if you feel like an exhausted fucking whore, stop this friggin' bullshit. It's your own fault.
Stop the madness.
Stop the madness. It's like Susan Powter. Stop the insanity. Do you remember her?
Oh, yeah.
She was an animal.
Crazy.
All right, number 9. I know a lot of you guys are going to get real fucking pissed off at me, and I'm sure I'm going to get all kinds of hate mail, but I don't give a fuck because I will put you right in my trash bin in my Gmail account. Elf on a motherfucking shelf. Are you really using a boy who looks like he just left the gay pride parade to make your children do what you want them to do for Christmas? You are a sad motherfucker.
I didn't know we had to negotiate with our children. It's either you do this or you don't.
Right.
I don't negotiate.
Right.
It's like, hey, you got to do this. Like my karate school, it's like get in line, stand there, take a position. Okay, get up, brush your teeth. But I need some presents for. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, you're gonna get a present.
Get in the back of the line, kid.
You're lucky you're eating.
Seriously.
Your present's breakfast tomorrow morning that I'm working for.
And then like the Jews, I was like really respectful of my Jew friends, right? Because I have a lot of beautiful Jew friends, and they're just like, you guys are fucking crazy with Christmas, But then they have Hanukkah. And Hanukkah can get a little nuts too, but it's not as fucked up as Christmas, right?
We fucked it up big time with Christmas.
But let's be honest, now they have Mensch on a bench. So now they have like their version of Elf on a Shelf is now Mensch on a bench. So now they use the Mensch on a bench for their 7 days. No, it's 8 days. Sorry, I'm a bad Jew today. 8 crazy nights is Billy Madison, a.k.a. what the hell's his name? Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Yes, how are we going to get him?
Stop looking at me, Schwan. Seriously, think about this. It's bullshit. Like, tell your kids what the fuck to do. If they don't do what you want them to do, give them fucking consequences.
Yes.
Pull their fucking hair like I did Karina that year.
Yes, I would.
And once you do something bad like that, you got to commit to it. I had a Terry Boyd flashback because my mother would always pull my fucking hair, and she would always pull me right under this little Portuguese roll fat. Like when we were in the store and I was like mouthing off, we would be like in Caldor or Bradley. Do you remember that shit? Oh, Caldor was my jam. I'd get all those Lisa Frank fucking notebooks and the stickers that smell like hot dogs and fucking chocolate fraps. Oh my God, my fat kid is coming out. Oh my God, hello. And my mother would like squeeze this like little Portuguese roll under my arm, and I would be like, ah, and like no one would know that she was actually physically abusing you.
That was her pinch in the bench.
Oh my God, her pinch in the bench. Exactly, dude. She was so awful. That's how I friggin' lived my Christmas and Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, but don't demonstrate it on anymore.
I won't.
I don't know if you guys can't see. You only listen to podcasts. She's been pinching my fat arm underneath.
I actually can't wait to have Terry Boyd on this podcast because we're going to play a little game called Did I or Didn't I? The truth game.
Truth. That's not going to be a good game. I see headphones flying off and someone storming out of the room.
It's about to be a what? A girl fight. Come on, guys. Get rid of your Elf on the Shelf. If you want to do it for fun and you're into it, like Jill was just saying, like, I'm so into it, and I like plan my whole entire month on a fucking spreadsheet. Win Elf on the Shelf. What's your Elf on the Shelf's name? Jack. Oh, how fucking original. Yep. Doesn't have like some male porn stripper name. Oh, okay. What's yours, Kristen? Shut your mouth.
Peaches?
He's like an old black man that sings reggae. His name is Peaches. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. And I feel like I need an Elf on the Shelf now. I'm kind of getting into it.
I'm just going to get one for the hell of it now.
But do you ever see the Elf on the Shelves on Facebook where they're like with like Barbies at a strip club and shit? That's funny. But having to every day wake up and have to do the Elf on a Shelf. Kristen said she gets up in the middle of the night and she has like, oh my God. Like she left the stove on.
Wait a second. I think Jill said she was shipping the Elf on the Shelf back and forth, right? And they keep the Elf on the Shelf in a safe. So it can't be seen.
Lies.
It can't be seen.
This is like Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny. This is like a whole fucking situation.
Yeah.
This is crap. Listen, I promise you, I declare that if I ever have a child, I will not do any of this three-dimensional bullshit with them, and I will document it, and I will prove it to you. And when my kid comes home, well, I'm not going to let them out of their house until they're 40. They're going to look like powder, and they're going to have special magical powers. They're going to be very, very white from not going out and seeing the sun.
Specialized.
They're not going to know of such things as Christmas and Easter, elf on a shelf and such. Oh my God. I promise you, remember this day. Don't fucking email me your bullshit about your elf on a shelf.
I'm buying an elf on a shelf just in case.
Number 10. This is my favorite one because you know I love to clean. But there's something about cleaning up after a bunch of savages rape and pillage your home. Drop red wine all over your white couch. There's turkey, gizzards, splattered all over your frickin' range. Right?
Or worse, you have a bunch of people like, remember when we were looking for homes and we were going to go look at one home?
Yes.
And it was during the holiday time. And then the lady goes, she has 17 people staying over.
What is this, Home Alone?
I was like, really? 17 people? I have 17 people. We have 17 people over. And it's like we have to clean the place. Like,
fuck that.
Never being there for like 4, 5, 6
fuck
days.
That. No.
That's insane.
Absolutely. So cleanup is my number 10 freaking worst part of the holidays.
The worst.
Right?
Yes.
And then especially when you host it at your home, it's like, who let the dogs out? Everyone's just like eating and shitting, and people are getting the crab apple splatters at your house because they're eating all this rich food. And then you have to go clean the toilet, and there's just like shit splattered all over the back of your toilet.
Oh, God.
You don't clean the fucking toilets.
I saw it before, though. I get it.
That was from your own damn fucking ass. I don't know what you're talking about. Those crab apple splatters were your own.
I don't have any crab apple splatters.
Don't get it twisted. So what we're saying here, pretty much, you sick fucks, if you like the holidays.
Oh, wait a second. One more.
Oh, God, go ahead. Here we go. It's the Matt Babine Show. It's the Matt Babine Show.
One more
Everybody
thing.
listen.
Just
the king is speaking.
The king is speaking. This is what I'm going to be speaking about. How about this? All the hard work you do, you'll like this because it's about all your hard work.
Oh, go ahead.
All the hard work in cooking is like all day long, and the meal is prepared, and then everyone eats and how quickly? 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
And it takes 3 days to prepare.
Right? And then there's all this crap in the kitchen, and I'm looking, and then poor Katie's like, we're here,
But wait a minute. Half the time I don't even eat with people because I put the food out, and then everyone just like scavenge eats, and then I sit down and I'm like, oh, how nice. Everyone ate without me.
It's not like
you didn't even say grace, you filthy animals.
Filthy animals, right?
Filthy
That's why
animals.
I wanted to get that one last in.
Thank you.
You can have your show back.
And what do you do when I'm cleaning said kitchen?
What? What did I do when you're cleaning?
Yeah, when I'm cleaning up, what do you usually do?
I usually get over there and help you out.
Oh, lies. Nothing but lies.
Or I'm entertaining, maybe some people.
What are you? What are you? I don't understand. You're entertaining people?
Well, I mean, somebody has to if you're cleaning.
What are you, Andrew Dice Clay? I'm in there doing a stand-up fucking routine while you're cleaning?
I do the dishwashing. I'm not a good dishwasher loader. I am a good dishwasher, like the big pots and stuff like that. So I'll do that stuff.
Because Matt thinks loading the dishwasher is taking just a big pot and throwing it in there, and then he closes it. I'm like, dude, just fuck off.
I can't get everything in there.
Are you good? Do you want to talk about any more cleaning?
No, that's it. I think that's...
Clean your fucking mouth. Dirty pig.
Filthy animal.
You filthy, filthy pig. So listen, all I have to say is, fuck the holidays.
Fuck the holidays.
Fuck the holidays. And like I always say, thank you, fuckers, for being crusaders of the Ambitchious movement. And like I always say, see you next Tuesday. Ow!
And opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.